Hi, this is Gary. Today we're welding an open root V-groove using 6010 in the 2G position on plate. To help with the move from plate to pipe, we're running a standard 37-degree bevel with a bit of a land. Here's a 332 root face, and as always, you want to prep your parts and put some time and effort into your fit up to ensure good results. I chose to tack these on the back side, and I want to stay out of the center to prevent burning holes through the root opening. And I'm simply bouncing back and forth until I get a good tack. So here I've propped up, got myself comfortable, tried a couple of dry runs before I fired up, and I'm running that root pass in using the whip and pause technique. And this is a little different from running just flat beads on plate or even a fillet weld, because now we are managing the keyhole that forms in the root opening. Now here I've added some shapes to represent the weld and the keyhole as you do the whip and pause through the root opening. Practice these a few times and you'll learn that the results are based greatly on your fit up, your land, and your machine settings and technique. Now for tying in your tacks or for restarts, it's important that you feather your stops so that you get a good tie-in and a good restart. And you always want to start a little bit ahead of where that feathering was so that you get a good fusion into your root. Here on the second half of the root pass, I changed my technique just a little bit, and I'm really, when I come back and I hold that weld, I'm really pushing that rod right into the root opening because I noticed I was a little bit flush or under flush on the first half for reinforcement on the backside. And you'll see the difference here in a minute. Now here's the backside. Here's the first half, and it's just under flush. We had a pretty good tie-in. But on the second half, where I really push the rod through, you can see that reinforcement. And it's always a good idea to grind your root down before putting in your hot pass and your filler passes. Thanks.